All right, for the first time in a while, we have gotten a question.
Yay!
Very excited about it. This one is coming from Emma, who asked a very, very important question of what is Mel's favorite type of noodles from the noodle shop, from Marlock's Noodle Hut. So Mel, the player, what do you think?
Oh, that's hard. Okay, what would Mel's favorite noodles be? I think from Marlock's Noodle Hut, I think Mel would really like badger, like badger meat ramen, because we've established that there are Mirelight badgers, which are very dangerous.
That's true. We did establish they live by the river. So maybe like the Hazetown ogres like hunt badgers.
I like that plan. Okay. So I think it's a special, and I think she likes Marlock's badger ramen with carrots in it.
With carrots in it?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Mel likes carrots. Random canon fact I just came up with. Yes, badger ramen with carrots and spicy badger ramen with carrots.
I like the few things that we've established is that badgers exist and carrots exist in Mirelight, which I suppose makes sense because carrots are like a dirt root vegetable, and badgers are, of course, a badger animal.
Dirt animals? Because they dig?
I can't refute that. That sounds scientifically accurate to me. All right, Emma. I hope that answers your question of what Mel's favorite type of noodles is from Marlock's Noodle Hut. And all we gotta say is thanks for the question and
let's get on with the show.
all right. Cool.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
I'm Dr. Nick.
Yeah. Welcome back to another thrilling episode
Thrilling episode.
of Dead Adventurous.
I mean, it might be grueling.
It
Who
might
knows
be
what'll
grueling.
happen?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Indeed. Welcome back to another round table of the daughter and the mom here.
Hello.
Except it's a rectangular table.
Quiet you! This
Blasphemy.
insolence. It will be grueling now.
Oh no.
Hopefully everybody's had a wonderful week. We've had support, lots of stars on various things.
Yeah.
Upvotes, I don't know what you call like.
Good ratings?
Yeah, ratings. Thank you. That's the word I
Yeah.
was looking for. So
I
thanks
mean,
everybody listening.
upvotes and
You guys
stars
look at-
works as
yeah,
well.
you're looking at me weird. People say we do good stuff sometimes, and it's
Yeah.
like, hey, thanks, people. Hopefully you guys are ready to jump back into the chaos. We have leveled up characters here now. Do you guys want to you can give a little taste of what you did if you want?
I didn't do much of anything. I learned how to toss a mind spike at someone and I can know where they are.
Well, you also have your like specter thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
We'll save that.
Well,
We'll see.
we'll save that. But the mom did some more stuff.
Yeah, Mel got to be a level 6 warlock, and the Mirelight.
Nope.
The Nightmare. The Mirelight.
I even created this. The Nightmare
Mm-hmm.
is a 5-level rogue with a magic
Magic
initiate
initiate.
feat.
Nice.
She got a little taste of the Morlock, right?
The Morlock?
I can't talk. Look, everybody. You don't listen to the show for the cohesiveness of its host's speech. Listen for the story.
Yeah.
And speaking of the story, are you guys ready to jump back in? I'm going to make you do a recap. Or you guys could do a joint recap.
We could have to do a joint recap. I don't know what happened with the Nightmare.
That's true. I'm making you improv it. But if you guys are ready to start back
Sure.
in, we're going to jump in and I'll let you guys take it away. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, Adventurous.
So, Caro, things are getting pretty hairy, but I feel like you can actually hear me, so this means you kind of know what's going on then, don't you? Like that. Finding the hangman's news and all of those crazy gallows families staring up at me from that hole in the floor. And then this like mass lady came and saved me. And now we're here with a whole bunch of people ready for like a fight.
They're
But
called the Night Watch.
the Night Watch. Called the Night Watch.
Mel in the corner.
I just appear next to you.
Mel's here, Marv's here.
Hey.
But Marv can maybe like feel you or something. I can't hear you yet, and I wish you'd talk to me.
Yeah.
But things are really wrapping up. The election's tomorrow, and feel a little like we're in this together now.
Correction. It is morning. The election is today.
The election's today. And I think I feel like you're here with me now.
Yep.
Is that good?
That was great.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Mel apparently was there next to you for part of that.
Yeah. And I just go, today's the day. Yesterday there was a big commotion with the Nightmare wrestling around, but managed to get you involved with the Night Watch and get some information on the Hangman's Noose. And, well, looks like you're finally figuring out how to listen. It'll be nice. Today,
Are you monologuing to me? Who are you talking to?
listen, kid.
Marv goes, kid. I got two kids here.
She's younger than me, Marv.
Just the three of you having
Quiet.
like internal monologue. This is the fourth wall breaking.
Yeah.
I like to think this thoroughly ruins the recap now. And Marv's
Listen.
like,
It's a detective thing, all right? Detectives like to monologue. I'm letting you have your moment here.
And with that, you guys hear loud clapping from Mama Gloomridge. She goes, breakfast! Everybody up! Get your sorry butts up, lazy bones. And she's shouting around. She's banging her cleaver against I-beam posts, this warehouse now full of bunk beds for Night Watch members and ogre people. The lift that operates kind of secretly into this, they're bringing up like ogre metal. They're not really sure what they're doing, but they know they're helping. They're also have been wronged by the Gallows family. They have had this team up with the Night Watch before. They helped make their little armor gears and things like that, weaponry. So a little bit of a makeshift home base for these people. And Mama Gloomrage takes this big old cauldron and plops it down in the center, and she starts dishing up a bowl of something.
Wait, so question. Did they just, set up a full kitchen here?
No, it's like a fire with a cauldron pot. And
Nice.
Mama Gloomrage does what she needs to do to cook.
I like that. I got a, whatever you call those stews going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The forever stew. A slop bowl is placed in front of you, but it smells of cinnamon and hazelnuts and porridge, and it smells amazing.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, it is not, but delicious it is.
Excellent.
As you guys have this food placed in front of you, Lena comes over, dressed in normal clothes today. You look around, everybody's dressed in normal attire, and she sits down next to you, Mel.
Oh.
And she's like, all right, so here's the plan, or at least what we talked about. We're going to blend into the crowd. We're going to see what happens with this election.
I'll stay close to Renshaw.
You're going to stick close to Renshaw, okay? We're going to stay mobile. Thunker and the Gloomrage clan are going to stay nearby, kind of keep an eye on things. We don't know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Renshaw wins. This is going to be okay for the city, we think, right? That's what
Yeah.
you've been telling me.
Yeah,
Anyway, he's
but
trustworthy-ish.
he's a lot better than Calloway.
Okay.
I think Sarah's eyes furrow because Renshaw's been really helpful to her. So she's a little confused about their not just outpouring of he's a great guy because he's been great to her.
Yeah.
So she's just going to be like a little eyebrows furrowed, a little
Okay.
confused about their not having an outstanding.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know if you'd want to figure that out at all.
No,
But
I wouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
I'm just confused. I'm listening in.
She goes, and so Mel, you're gonna get in the crowd, maybe stay close to him. I don't know what his plan is. We haven't talked to him at all. Obviously, this is your contact, so we'll see. But we figure we'll just disperse and be there just in case anything bad happens.
For Sarah, would her dad be expecting her to be present at this event? Is that something that Xander Farthing is going to be like a higher up in?
I'm going to ask you to make a roll that is not character based.
Okay.
Can you make a roll +3?
13.
Xander Farthing over the last week has gotten increasingly
hectic in the build-up to this election. He has already not had a very good reputation of being a good father. He has sort of forgotten about you
Okay.
to the point where you're not around and Sharon doesn't know where you are. And he's like, I don't care. That's not my problem right now. She's being a teenager. I don't think he would be opposed to you showing up or anything like that. But I
he's
think
not
he
expecting
is...
me to be Sarah and be like
Nope.
how he's been treating me before, which is to be a representative of the Farthing family, but also to be out of his hair.
Yeah, I think he's gotten to the point where you're taking care of yourself enough that you've sort of lost his attention at all.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to care about taking you places because you have a minder and whatnot. And
Okay.
so you probably, I would imagine, have a lump in your bed that acts like a in-bed Sarah Farthing
Yeah.
when you're out doing stuff. So
Okay. So I think in this situation, when they're planning out what they're going to do, I don't know where I'm supposed to be because usually I'd be up on stage wearing a nice new dress and but I haven't actually been invited or told a time frame for this one. So I'm kind of like looking around a little lost. And I'd pull out that crossbow that I picked up and start fiddling with it while I'm just kind of like listening in.
Making an Arcana check.
16?
16? Okay. I think you pull that out and you start looking at it like, okay, this is like a crossbow. You guys got to witness this happen. It fired up, an explosion of energy, like red crackling energy happened. You guys almost got hit by it. This is that same style of weapon that Lieutenant Calloway fired upon you guys when you were running away from the chaos at the MMCD precinct. You don't know how that works exactly, but you're looking at this thing where it's like, oh, okay, here's a little core with a battery in it. As you pull it out, Mel, you would clearly notice a slightly glowing crossbow thing, but also so does a very large ogre with goggles that comes over and he crouches down and he goes, hey, sorry, I'm Thunker. We didn't meet, right? We haven't met. No. Can I look at that?
I very confused about this big giant creature.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah, we haven't met. I'm your worst nightmare.
Cool. He looks at Mel. He's like, what's that?
They haven't heard any of the
He has not.
Okay.
He is a very reclusive, like, inventor guy.
Oh, I'm feeling a little
It's her
my ego
alias.
drops a little bit.
It's her. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
She has a whole thing going.
I like side eye Mel
What?
and hand him the crossbow and I go, sure.
He, like, before you even go, he's very handsy. He takes it and he starts just cross-legged sitting on the ground. He just starts like going into looking over this
That's
thing.
how it's made.
Yep.
Cool.
I think I'd kind of lean over to Nightmare and go, wait, where did you find that?
Oh, I snatched it from one of the gallows warehouses when I was looking for the hangman's noose. I don't know. I thought it would come in handy.
It's something at least.
Yeah,
Good job.
and Thunker, like, ignoring both of you guys, goes into the zone of...
Sarah totally doesn't know what to do right now,
Yeah.
surrounded by all of these
And
weird
he's
adults,
like-
and so I start doing that snap, clap, pop on the like
and
fist,
he's like,
and
okay,
going just like,
here's the ogre
"Ooh."
medal. Yeah, I made these handles. Oh, there's a cage here for the battery. Like, he's kind of done this with Mel before, too, where
Yeah.
he just kind of gets in the zone and he's figuring stuff out.
Um,
So he's not really listening or paying attention to you guys. He's in the zone if you want to chat or whatever. But just, he's going to make some rolls.
I think I'd kind of say, okay, actually, what are you going to be doing? We've been figuring all of this out, and I kind of gesture generically to Lena and the Night Watch and say, we got to put you somewhere during the election.
I like look around at all of these like masked people, all of these ogres, and I look back at Mel and I go, I don't know. This is as far as I got. I found the hangman's noose. I don't know where I go from here. What even is the deal with the election thingy?
I mean,
I think, yeah.
I don't think you need to roll anything. If you want a reminder, I can help you, but...
No. I think I...
And I mean,
So-
you would know a little bit about it, because it's Renshaw.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but it hasn't, like, I've been finding information
true.
for him. It's never been important for me. He's
That's
just
fair.
supplying me with stuff, and I supply
And
him with
admittedly,
his things, and it's,
with you, he probably hasn't made it an important issue.
like, it's it would be a mild, like in my history, it would be a mild passing curiosity. He got me stuff. I helped him. It was basically him keeping my secret.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just doing favors, not because I was actually becoming part of the, like, a staple, an intrigue. It's just...
Two people helping each other out.
Yeah. And so I don't really know why it's important or why all of these people are around.
Yeah, you don't know anything about
that I've been
Callaway or anything
disrupting
either, so.
my father. So,
Okay.
but how far you want to go into that with me, or like what you want to tell me what to do? That's totally.
I think I'd turn to you and just say, okay, so the whole deal with the election thingy. You know, you've been working with Renshaw a little bit. You know, he's up against Callaway. They're running against each other for election. Callaway is backed by the Gallows family.
Who's working with my dad, right?
Yes. And that's why all of these new weapon things have been distributed, we assume. And they've been, from what I could tell, they've been planting more Gallows family members throughout the MMCD. And basically the whole thing is if Callaway wins, the Gallows win. And we need to be prepared for when that happens.
And that's like really bad?
Yeah, we're not sure what, but they've got plans. They've got rift abilities, and working with your father, it's not going to be good.
I think at the same time, too, like kind of noticing that, the blonde leader, Lena Cass, comes over and she goes, yeah, and they got my sister. And she points at the gun crossbow thing. She's like, I assume is what they're making her do. She can make stuff.
Oh, okay. What do you expect of me? Do you need me somewhere? Like, what do I do?
I mean, Lena looks and she goes, I mean, not necessarily your fight, but if you want in it, I got things I can make you do. And she taps Thunker and she's like, Thunker, she looks at you, Nightmare, and she goes, I understand you had a little incident with your mask?
Yeah, there was this weird flying bug and it stole it off my face.
Wait.
I don't know.
No.
It was foggy and I was running and I
know him.
Okay.
Yeah, with no context. He stole your thing? Yeah.
Mask? Yeah, that's why I'm wearing this weird, like...
You're probably not gonna get that back. I mean, we could try, but like...
you know, I'm covered for now, I think.
Yeah. Thunker stands up to his full, 10 feet tall.
I, look up.
And he goes, oh, sorry. Here, his crossbow.
Very, very gingerly
Yeah.
take it back. It makes me a little nervous.
So if you want to add it to your inventory, you can.
Yeah.
A +1 crossbow.
Okay.
But once per day, you basically get to do the equivalent of a half fireball that's force damage.
Oh.
Yeah, and so it's not going to be a thing, but you can just
Okay.
make a note on it that says arcane crossbow or something, and we'll deal with that. And that's what it is. Lena reaches up, pats Thunker. She's like, good work. I was wondering if you could get our friend a new form of hiding her identity. And he points to the Nightmare. And he goes, oh, yeah, give me 5 minutes. And he's going to go off.
Like a
Disappear.
light crossbow?
Probably a light crossbow.
Yeah.
And Lena's like, if you want to help, you can probably just back up Mel. Do you know this Renshaw guy? Is that
Yeah,
you're from the Skyline?
Yeah.
I assume. Okay. If you guys can cover him, we'll just spread out in the crowd. We'll be ready, keeping an eye on some of the MMCD. If Callaway wins, the streets is rough. Gloamspawn have been on the rise. Rifts have been on the rise. The MMCD have not been helping. There have been rifts that have been staying open. Mel, I've been meaning to tell you this. The rifts aren't being closed in the last day or two. The MMCD on the streets can't keep up.
There's too many.
There's too many. So we need to figure this out, and then we're going to need some help.
I think Sarah's eyebrows furrow because that's not her lived life. And just kind of in that confused sort of nod thing and okay, I can watch Renshaw. I'll be paying attention, I guess. Let me know if something different needs to happen.
Yeah, Lena leans in. She looks
I'll be
at
with
Mel.
you in the crowd.
Yeah, shakes Mel's hand. She's like, after this, we're going to get my sister. And then she looks at the Nightmare once more and she's like, look, I don't know who you are. Thanks for helping out. But when this is all over, we're going to have a chat. Always talk about membership. Pieces out.
Sarah is all sorts of like just flustered. This is like a lot of adult attention and like focus. Totally unused to. So she's just kind of like
Well, they're
confusedly
treating
just
you-
kind of like gonna go along
Yeah.
with it because they're kind of
Well,
like,
they're
I'm-
treating you too as like you are your worst nightmare to them.
yeah. So I'm just kind of
Yep.
gonna go along. Like I'm a little out of my depth and my original focus, but things are changing.
Mhm.
So, and in a positive way for Sarah. So I think I'm just gonna be like, okay. And I look at Mel and I'm like, I am not gonna be good like standing next to you. Now I've got this. Like, you think I can maybe hide and cover you? We'll choose a rooftop or something.
Yeah. I'll be near Renshaw.
I was going to say, the only thing about it is you'd be pretty far away. The front of the precinct, unless you wanted to try to get onto the MMCD precinct. Where this election is happening is kind of outside the precinct, which is a big open thing. You guys have both experienced this with a fountain, and so it's possible.
Okay.
But crossbow doesn't have a big range
Do you
necessarily.
even know how to shoot that?
No, I'll
We'll work on that.
make sure I give you a wide berth. Somewhere like building corner or
Well,
something that
we'll
has
worry.
me, like,
yeah,
a
we'll
little
worry
bit
about
of-
specifics. But if
I know.
you're-
I just
Yeah.
just trying to like tell Mel that the plan of like covering Renshaw with her as like a standing next to her thing, like dressed like this.
yeah, and
isn't
honestly,
gonna-
and that's part of it too, if you want. But like, it's up to you how you want to tackle it. But if you're going to stay as your worst nightmare, then yeah, you might want to not be visible. All the other people in here are going to be wearing normal clothes. They're not. They don't have their hood on. They're just people. And you see, actually, a lot of these people are from the streets, but they're putting on like Skyline clothes. They went and raided whatever, and
okay.
Yeah.
they're looking
So
fancy.
that's a risk that Sarah would need to take of like other people knowing
Mhm.
who she is.
Or if you want to do that, wait and do that.
can I
outs-
make like a
insight, or what do you want?
I don't know. I think this is too new. Sarah's not going to be that trusting that somebody's got her back yet. So I'm going to say your worst nightmare.
Okay.
I'm going to stay in the black gear, which means I want to try to be slinky.
Sounds good.
And
It is bright, beautiful morning. You guys,
I would like to note,
Mhm.
I do want to change into my fancy clothes for this.
your nicer outfit.
Yeah, to keep with the vibe.
Okay. You got your pressed purple and gray suit,
Yeah.
back on, and your nice hat. And you guys start gathering together. The election, from what you understand, it's going to be outside the precinct. They're going to go have their last statements, and then they're going to read off the results of the election, etc.
Yeah, I just want to figure out how we're dispersing, if it's, and like when we want to get there sort of thing for.
I mean, time to go, basically, is now. We're going.
Okay.
As you go to leave Nightmare,
Mhm.
the big ogre thunker with the goggles comes over and he
Yeah.
pulls him up on his head. He's like skinnier. This tall guy, he's got the leather apron. He like takes his gloves off and he goes, here. And he pulls out from behind him 2 masks. He's like, I didn't know what you like, so I made 2. One is like kind of like sleek and black and sparkly and kind of looks a little more utilitarian than your like masquerade style
yeah, mine's
mask
definitely
before.
like
And then the other one is like almost a knockoff version of the Night Watch with like a central white eye at the center of just a normal kind of basic mask. So whether or not you'd want to rep the Night Watch or if you'd want to be your own thing is kind of the idea. But the other one is sparkly and more similar to yours.
everything that I've had as my costume has been parts of my old like gowns from events with my dad.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think Sarah's intrigued at the opportunity to be part of something different. So I'm going to very like nervously reach out, hands shaking a little bit, and grab the Night Watch looking mask and put it on.
Yep.
And slide out the other one from behind. So I'm trying to protect
Oh, okay.
my
Yep.
identity
Yep.
a little bit.
No one bats
and
an
look
eye.
look at Thunker and be like, so how does it look?
He goes, I mean, I made it, so it looks great. He reaches up and he taps it, which probably makes your head fall back a little
Yeah.
bit because he's giant. He goes, it's ogre metal too, so it might help you a little bit.
Oh,
Mel just gives you a thumbs up from across the street.
Bright, like a big grin, with that kind of like acceptance.
Yep.
I'm like, thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna go hide.
Yeah.
He just scampers off.
And I like fiddle with the strip of fabric that I had been using as my makeshift mask, and just kind of take it to a trash and let it go, and
There you go.
ready.
So you have this kind of cool mask. Again, it's like the Phantom of the Opera, like or masquerade style, where your nose and mouth is visible, and it's almost like it like I like to think it covers your eyes with like a mesh, so you can't really see your eyes, and instead you kind of would focus on the central cyclopean eye.
Yeah. Okay.
So kind of cool.
Cool.
And
I think
you guys,
I'm getting that little like boost of like confidence back, being handed stuff by people, and just go get in the line.
yeah. So you guys head out. Mel, you're Mel Ashgrave, private eye. You have no reason to not do anything other than walk into the middle of the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So you and the plainclothes dressed night watch people head out and head towards the crowd. You start getting closer to the precinct area, and there is a big crowd forming up here. A lot of people talking. There's a lot of banners up above that you see, like Calloway's name, you see Renshaw's name. There's kind of this like back and forth sides of this election. 2 podiums up in front of the precinct as well.
Okay. Can I, investigation or perception, however you want. I want to scope out. Is there a guard around here, like there has been, or are they also a part of the crowd, like,
Yeah.
or things?
Perception, probably.
17.
Yeah, absolutely. About the same as last time you guys had an event here.
Okay.
A couple guards, yes. There's probably some that are mixed in with the gallows. Whether or not you are noticed as being Mel Ashgrave, and that's a concern, shrug. Hard to know right now. But you are able to blend into the crowd, make your way in. Lena is there too, and some of the others dressed normally, and they spread out. Lena's like, if you get eyes when you get eyes on Renshaw, keep an eye on him, keep close, whatever. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we'll just spread out. We'll be ready.
Good luck.
Nightmire. Oh yeah, Lena says thank you. Nightmire. Couple choices. I'll leave it to you. The ogres were gonna go up to a nearby rooftop to keep an eye on him. They are ogres. They are very, very giant and conspicuous. So they were just gonna be nearby as a reserve. None of them were going to this election. They're just gonna be ready. But you wouldn't be able to necessarily see what's going on. Other options are like a familiar to you, actually, now that I think about it, is like a bank nearby that you had caused chaos as the Nightmare a while before to slip into the MMCD. As you're thinking about it, you're like, you could maybe get to that bank roof, and that would be close-ish. Or there's trying to sneak onto the MMCD building itself. You actually kind of know the back end and how it works. What do you want to do? You see the big crowd of people. You see Mel and these Night Watch members bleed into the crowd and join the election.
And the MMCD are...
They're around.
Around?
Yeah, but they're focused on the huge group of people.
Um,
And you're alone in this moment, too. If you want to change your tactic or anything, you are... No one... Everyone's just expecting
left.
you to do your thing.
Okay. I think your worst nightmare, Meyer, is and very looked out for in just last night. Sarah's starting to think about her tactics here. She's afraid of everybody knowing who she is, but going out there as your worst nightmare might mean that she's blamed for everything that's about to happen. So I think at this moment she would, now that she's not surrounded by people, she would take the opportunity to change, but keep the mask on hand to be able to have just that aspect of it.
So I think you haven't been home in a day or two. It's probably getting a little... needs to be pressed and washed, but you change into your normal clothes underneath your nightmare outfit.
Everything comes off, and I've got like that wrinkly
a little disheveled. Your hair is not in very good shape.
It's been shoved in my pouch for a little bit.
Exactly. But so you become Sarah Farthing.
Sarah Farthing goes out still wearing her little black ballet flats, but now in just a normal black kind of business casual sort of get up, but is just a little bit more.
Are you going to the crowd then?
outskirts.
Okay.
I don't want to climb any buildings. I want to kind of like be
just want a
along
good
a
view.
building edge, kind of lean against a corner at some point so that I can have a potential for cover
Okay.
later.
Can you please make for me an advantaged stealth check? Crowd person perception.
26.
Okay.
Nice.
You with the 26. You see your father. You see him moving around back and forth, talking with Calloway, talking with a maroon dressed hat wearing individual that you can assume is Silas Gallows.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of hubbub. Your father's looking a little harried with all this stuff happening, and he's involved, and he's using all of his money, and he's backing all this stuff, and he's trying to solidify power for the Farthing family, right? But it is starting to wear on him in terms of his social sanity, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But you were not seen. You were able
Okay.
to lean up against a corner.
I think he would draw my focus, but I would also know that I'm supposed to be helping Mel cover Renshaw, so I'm looking out for them.
Okay.
But
I
like
make
kind of drawn.
make a perception check.
Okay. Well, that's not bad. 13.
A 13. I think it's easy enough. Mel's not hiding.
Yeah.
That you're able to kind of get a beat on where Mel is roughly,
Okay.
and you can see the stage. It's a little cloudy, the fog a little thicker, but overall you can kind of see what's going on.
Okay.
As I'm in the crowd,
Mhm.
I want to start looking for Renshaw.
Yeah.
Avoiding like Farthing and Silas if I see them, but I want to find Renshaw. Perception? It's a 7.
It's not so much that you didn't look real good. He's not visible. Last time you tried to send a message to Renshaw from Mr. Post Office Man, you never
I
went
never
back
checked that.
to check and see if you got a response.
Would
And
it be too late now to go check that?
right now, yeah. And
Forgot about that.
the clock chimes the hour of 11 a.m. I don't know. And you see Lieutenant Calloway start getting applause as he goes up to his podium. And then the chimes finish. No Renshaw. Hushed whispers, voices starting to say, "Where's Renshaw? Commissioner's not here."
If everybody else is worried about him, I think Sarah would start looking like frantically around for him too.
Okay.
Do I see him at all?
Roll.
12.
Same problem.
And there's a lot of people here, and yeah.
I can't technically do anything specific to go find him, like in terms of like abilities.
Some time passes. Lena sides up over to you at one point, Mel, and she's like,
Don't see him.
"Yeah, I don't know what's going on." And a little bit more time passes.
Can I make an insight check on Calloway?
Sure. Absolutely. You can do that shit with advantage. Sorry. You can do that with advantage. I'll have to edit that out later.
Why? In insight?
Yeah.
Can I add my D4 to that?
Sure. Is it going to help?
Might get me to an acceptable number. No, it didn't. It didn't get me to an acceptable number. That's a 9.
Yeah. Hard to read. He's a little ways away. He's standing at the podium, waving to the crowd, looking very slimy and charismatic.
What does my dad look like? What's his countenance?
Insight. That with advantage.
21.
He looks honestly just as confused as everybody else. And he's kind of even like leaning over and talking to Silas, and Silas is ignoring him. Getting a little bit of the cold shoulder. And then after a period of time, Silas leans over to your father, whispers something, and Xander Farthing approaches the stage. He goes, "Oh, well, folks, here for the election. And as it seems, we have had an opponent bow out. No, it sounds as though Commissioner Renshaw has decided to step down from his role as commissioner, and so we have
Can I?
our new commissioner." And he puts a hand on Lieutenant Calloway and claps his back, and he starts clapping, and some of the officers start clapping, but people are a little weirded out, and then slowly...
Can I ask Marv in my head really quick? Is that how these sorts of things work?
Generally, an election is like 2 things, and you vote for one, so
well, yeah,
no.
but if nobody shows up, then like...
I don't know, I've never heard of it before. Can't be good, though.
No.
I think Sarah would start weaving through the crowd to catch up to Mel.
Okay.
And I'm not in your worst nightmare outfit. So just like normal old Sarah. I go, hey, Mel,
Yeah,
Renshaw wouldn't bow out.
I know.
We've looked kind of everywhere, but we didn't clear the hangman's noose. Do you think they took him?
It's possible. I think, unless if you're going to do
I'm
something.
about to do something.
Okay, yeah.
Do you
throw
If
a
you're
prayer?
doing something small, you're allowed to. If you're talking about a big action or something like that, you're going to have to wait.
I would like to.
So
Okay,
many
so
sighs from you.
I think I just turn to the Nightmare and say, listen, whatever happens, be ready. And I am going to move, if I can, a little bit off to the side.
You can start.
I can start. Okay.
As she says, be ready for
I'm
anything, Mel starts sidling off to the side. The very forced applause comes to an end. And Lieutenant Calloway holds up his hands and he goes, oh, well, what a surprise. Thank you all for your support. It seems as though it is up to me now to be commissioner. And he's, you guys can insight check this if you feel the need to.
I don't.
But-
I'm paying
feel the
attention to
need to.
everybody's
Yeah.
like whispers around.
Yeah, he's not a good performer. He got like an 8. He's saying the words that are
Expected.
expected a little bit. So he says, thank you all for your support. I know that myself and this force under my leadership will be for good, and be a force for change. And he starts going through this, and there's still some hushed murmurs in the crowds, but generally people are a little bit like, this is not cool, you know?
They should get to pick.
Yeah, they should get to
right?
pick a little bit. And some of them probably voted and whatnot. But he goes on and he goes, this new MMCD underneath the Calloway name will be good for the Skyline. It will make sure that we will keep you safe, make sure that no magical incidents can cause chaos up here in the Skyline.
Wow.
Because rifts don't open in the Skyline, no. They don't form in these well-lit streets, regulated halls, lawful homes. They come from one place, the streets below. And then he continues, from unlicensed ogre metalwork, unchecked communities that treat magic like a shortcut, the chaos that is growing in the city has its roots in the dirt beneath our feet, literally. And he starts going off about the streets below.
Question.
Huh?
Can I?
He's about to.
I'm
he's
gonna-
keep talking.
I know.
Every
I'm gonna roll
rift,
something.
every magical incident, every gloamspawn, we can trace it back to the same source. These streets, where rules are optional and accountability is someone else's problem. Where the so-called Night Watch is starting a rebellion. Where Brixie and her automancers keep the magical artifacts for themselves and send us the faulty ones. Just total, incorrect information. Magic itself is not the enemy, but misuse and neglect is. And those who profit from this disorder, even masked agitators like the Nightbuyer who tries to turn fear into performance and destruction into identity. But that ends today. And you guys start hearing the sounds of marching footfall, coming from the precinct.
Do I hear any whispers around me of disagreement?
No,
Or,
make a perception or insight. Up to you.
Also, I rolled for it. Mel is managing to keep it together.
Okay.
I decided that I rolled a d4 and I decided that 3 or a 4 she keeps it together, 1 or a 2 she loses it, and I rolled a 4.
Okay.
I'm good
For
for
now.
now.
19. I'm looking for whispers of people around me, especially when talking about me, particularly the Nightmare. If that is the same perception that the people have, or if people are feeling disgruntlement.
Yeah, right out of the gate, people are like, misuse of magic. I've been down to the streets. They're fine, etc. It's and there's confusion about but I get all my parts from Brixie. How could that be bad? Stuff like that. And people talking about the increase in the MMCD in the Skyline and how that's wrong. And you're getting that sort of thing. But when they mention the Nightmire, you do get a couple people because you have left an interesting reputation amongst the people.
Mm-hmm.
And I've actually rolled for this a few
Yeah.
times. You are thought of as a Robin Hood-esque style figure. People actually there's a little bit of reverence. So, the Nightmare, she's just, trying to fix this city, like get back some of that one person running everything. And there's kind of what you notice is almost like bad-mouthing the Farthing family name a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's a little bit. There is discontent.
Okay.
And as you hear that and marching noises, he continues, after he says, this ends today, we will now be focused on a Skyline first mentality. My partnership with the illustrious Gallows family and generous funding from Xander Farthing will propel the law and order of this city to new heights. We will no longer be using Brixie and her automancers as a form of magical item supply. Silas has his own personal enchanter that will be providing for our new force, because that's what this town needs. Something new. The Mirelight Magical Crimes Division is no longer sufficient for the threat that we face. So as far as I am now commissioner, it is being replaced. Introducing the Mirelight Arcane Control and Enforcement. And from the MMCD, once MMCD office, comes out with these armored, geared up in red glowing gear, officers, if you want to call them that. Some Gallows family members. In fact, Sarah, you probably notice a lady with slicked back hair and cut off sleeves
Yeah.
and tattoos, geared up in this arm. Mirelight Arcane Control and Enforcement. Mace exists to preserve the skyline and everything it represents. Stability, safety, progress. If you live here, work here, and respect the systems that keep the city standing, you have nothing to fear. But if that street chaos comes upward, if you help these people that are hurting our city, if you hide behind fog, masks, you will be removed. This is the correction the city needs. Mirelight will rise a stronger and orderly city, and Mace will ensure it stays that way. And these guys feed out into the crowd, and big old smile on Silas Gallows' face. You already had a very good insight on your father.
Mm-hmm.
Very confused about what's happening. And the crowd actually starts getting a little panicked, because these guys start heading out into the crowd. I know you're about to roll something. Before you do that, you actually hear a commotion. Both of you guys hear a commotion, specifically from a building nearby, the roof of it. You hear explosions, you hear blasting, and if you look over at this theoretical building where the ogres probably were, there seems to be a tussle happening. And then some of the crowd starts gasping and spreading apart, and you look over and you actually see some faces that you just noticed from the Night Watch in plain clothes being assaulted by these new officers. They are targeting specific people.
And they know who it is.
And they know who it is. And both of you make perception checks.
19. Oh, sorry. Dirty 20.
Hey, why am I so bad? That's a 4.
A 4? Okay. Sarah / Nightmire.
Mm-hmm.
That lady?
Yeah.
She might not know that you're the Nightmire. She knows you're Sarah Farthing. And you actually see, while keeping eyes on your father, you see him being approached by some of these people with the Force, and this lady eyeballing you and coming your direction. Mel, you're paying attention to the crowd. Lena even is like, this is bad. We need to get out of here. And you feel a hand on your shoulder as a gauntleted fist on your shoulder just grabs it. They're not necessarily being thoroughly aggressive, but in this moment, the crowd starts to disperse. And Calloway's like, please, everybody, please, we're just here to keep the city in order. And people like those you see are agitators. And in this moment, I'm going to say you guys can roll initiative. And if you would like to do something, it's going to be based on that roll from, oh, God, I rolled terrible. You guys are probably lucky.
14.
Finally, I rolled good. A 17.
So, Mel, you didn't notice this person coming, but you have a hand on your shoulder. It's not grappling you, but
No.
it's like, and you turn and there's this armored, geared up person behind you. But you can technically act first. Lena just said, we need to get out of here.
Okay, I wanted to hellish rebuke him so bad.
He didn't technically attack you.
But he didn't damage me. I checked the rules on it. I think... Oh, actually, radius is a 30-foot diameter.
Yeah.
I grab Lena's wrist, and I want to try and back out of this guy's hand on my shoulder. And I just say, see you later. And I don't believe I've done this yet, but I've had it for a while. I am going to cast darkness.
Ooh.
And so
a 15-foot radius, so a 30-foot diameter sphere of just magical darkness, and it can go around corners and stuff.
Yeah.
A creature with dark vision cannot see through this darkness, and non-magical light cannot illuminate it.
Cool. Yeah, darkness spreads out. Marv, like shooting out a little bit of that shadow blade energy from your sword, filling this area with this inky blackness as you go. The guy is caught up in it, and Lena should kind of pull her hand free, but she's like, "Okay, we got to get out of here. This is bad." She's going to say, "Find your friend," and Lena's going to bolt.
All right. I do that, and I dash and look around, or well, not dash, but I'd move and look around for Sara.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check, and then Sara, you're going to get to go next.
That's a 3.
Okay. You don't see her. Sara, you
I do want to
to
move my 30 feet away
she was-
from.
Yeah, you
this
had
guy,
had
but-
eyes. So you see on your turn, with what you had already rolled, you see Mel looking around frantically. Whether or not you
Didn't
think
she cast darkness?
she did, but she stepped out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, you also see a giant inky black cloud of darkness spew
Okay.
forth into the
But
room.
my turn, and this big lady focused on me.
She's coming towards you, but she rolled a 2, so she's
I
not
think
there yet.
My eyeballs are just everything's insane. I am so just oh boy right now, and I'm kind of confused that I pat myself a little bit. It's
You're Sara.
I'm Sara.
Yeah. She is, as for you, and in that moment, you probably realize she's coming after Sara Farthing, not very aggressively.
Yeah, I think that it'd be a kind of just this huge rush of kind of that heartbeat, blood pumping, adrenaline spike, and I don't consciously mean to, but you need to make an intelligence saving throw.
So
on her.
welling up from your purse, maybe.
Yeah, I just like that warmth, that extra energy. I feel it just a whole bunch of adrenaline spike rush out of me.
That's a nat 1,
Yeah.
baby.
So on a game sort of thing, it's Mind Sliver.
Ooh, cool.
Now that I am a warlock magic initiate, so I'm getting that rush of my adrenaline and my freak out.
Yeah, I kind of think
has
you have
Caro-
that. You put your hands up almost like hey, hold
Like a
on.
oh.
And from your hand, this kind of sparkly,
Psychic.
sequined purple
Purple.
thing shoots out and hits this lady.
Yeah, which is 1d6 psychic damage to you, which I only roll a 1.
Okay,
And that might
that's
make
kind of
sense
fitting.
for a
Yeah,
first
it's your first
roll.
time trying it.
But next time you have to subtract a d4 from your next saving throw.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, that's your
But
action.
so that's kind of that terror, and then I notice Mel looking for me, and so I'm going to bonus action, cunning action, run.
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah.
Everybody might be moving slowly and not really panicking yet. Sara's in a panic.
Okay.
So I'm gonna dart.
The two people, the guy in the darkness is going to go first. He grabbed you. He's going to wander out a direction, not the right direction. And then he is going to start flanking around that darkness, keeping his eyes on towards you. And he is going to,
Wait, so did he step out of it?
he stepped out of it the wrong way. So he's going to use his action to get around the darkness and keep an eye on you. He's going to make a perception check to see if he cannot find you in this moment. The dark-haired lady, slick back hair with her cool new power armor. You see, probably out of the corner of her eye, she actually puts her hands up confused. She's like, why is this kid running? She looks over at Silas Gallows and he gestures for you to be gotten. And she shrugs and charges after you.
Okay.
Using her whole turn to move. She's going to be close-ish to you, but she can't move as fast as you can.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
she's probably about 30 feet away. She does have one of these charged magical crossbows in her arms.
Okay.
Back around to Mel.
Me. I'd make another check to find to find Sara.
Yeah, I mean, with your movement, you were probably almost there. I think you don't need to make a check. You probably see her now
Okay.
coming through the crowd. You guys are probably about 20 feet apart, but you're basically together. The crowd is starting to disperse around you. People are scattering, so you're kind of, it's getting more open, if that makes sense. And so you find a pocket of clearance where you are about 20 feet away from Sara Farthing.
You know what I'm gonna do? I think Lena said, find your friend,
Mhm.
and we need to get out of here. That's what I'm going to do. So I see Sarah.
Mhm.
And I see her being chased by this big lady with these new magic armor.
Agent.
So I am going to rush over to you, just grab you and say, hold on, we need to get out of here. We're gonna figure this out later. And I am going to thunderstep out.
Yeah.
And I can take one willing creature along with me.
Okay.
So
Would you like to do this in such a way that you also hit somebody?
oh yeah.
Because the lady I said was
Like
close.
step,
I think
step.
you can like step. Yeah, if you grab her, move an extra 10 feet, and then boom.
And, yeah, it's
I
a
think
10
you could
foot.
hit that lady with Thunderstep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Where do you want to head with Thunderstep before you do it?
It has a range of 90 feet. So basically anywhere that is within that 90 feet that is out of the crowd, preferably like around a building or something farther up the street.
Yeah.
Like seeing that commotion on the rooftop too with the ogres. But I'd want to get out first, so I think
I think there's also a potential if you wanted to go up to like High Street. If
Am I
you
that
wanted
close?
to. I mean, you're probably get to the beginnings of it, but it's like it's not so much as close to walk there, but it's close to go up or a gondola or something like
Okay.
that. So it's up to you. I'm just giving you options.
The thunder step up to the gondola. You know, the Nightmare's method of escape.
yeah.
I think knowing what we know about the Hangman's Noose too,
You gotta head that way.
I think I'd want to head in that direction if that is close enough for me to get a little bit upper into High Street. I'd want to. It's farther away,
Yeah,
but
yeah, I think that's
in
fine.
that
Easy enough to get
direction.
towards the market. And
I think Sarah being like grabbed and
the kind of-
teleported
Yeah,
away.
yeah. All of a
That
sudden, Marv magic from the sword curls around Mel. This green glowing energy wrapping around the Nightmare / Sarah Farthing as well, and you guys are shunted into an extra dimensional space, teleported 90 feet away.
I would just do that quiet, like gasp. Like
Okay, you can roll your
quiet as
attack
me.
on that person.
You need to make Constitution saving
I
throw.
make. She does have. Well, does she? Does a 12 beat it?
No.
Sweet.
So you take. And also make it is also very loud. It can be heard up to 300 feet away.
A lot of
So-
people hear it.
Yeah. You take.
Boom! Thunderstep.
Ooh, nice. That is 23 thunder damage.
Bye.
This big loud crashes out.
That later. You guys bamf towards the Bridges Market, towards the Hangman's Noose. You are effectively out of combat. You have pushed your way forward, and so in this moment, you kind of get free, and there's people kind of like moving away, like a lot of discussion, a lot of harried voices, like the chaos that was happening, and armored MMCD officers flowing out, or I should say armored mace officers flowing out into the city. You guys head where you want to head.
So if we are we fully out of combat?
Yep,
or
you're
are
out
we
of
still,
combat.
Okay.
You might not be for long, but you're out of combat for now.
Okay. Mel would start walking, still in the direction of the Hangman's Noose, I think.
So Sarah, you know where that is. So you see Mel wandering off, no words said, towards the Hangman's Noose.
I mean,
Yeah.
I follow her, very like weirded out, kind of like running my fingers through my hair, kind of with that kind of confused thought process. A little bit of, I'm Sarah right now, right? Why was she going after me? That kind of thing. But I'm just like following behind.
And feel free to insight check your father and those last moments before you teleported.
9.
9. Hard to get a read, but you knew his confusion. He was confused, and he was being talked to right before you teleported by Silas Gallows, and 2 of these armored individuals in a way that didn't quite seem like a partnership.
Yeah, no, I'm just like that. Little bit of I've been playing 2 sides of a coin here. I've been 2 characters, and now this is seeming to be merging
Mm-hmm.
and just the nervousness around it. But I'm following Mel. I know like this is what's next. So just kind of like just a little fidgety, a little eyebrow furrowed, very deep in thought as I'm following.
You hear a voice come out and be like, "Don't forget to breathe, kid." Addressed to the Sarah.
Big, like I guess I did take that big old shocking gasp, and you just hear like this like exhale.
I think as we're walking through, I think now that we're out, Mel's actually thinking a little bit, because that whole thing was unexpected, and so she's been running on impulse. So I think Mel turn around, actually, maybe start walking backwards to talk to.
Well, you can. She's right next to her.
Oh, you said you were
Yeah.
following me, so I didn't know. Yeah. And I go, listen, what's going to happen? If you want to peace out, you can. We don't have long before those new mace guys start closing in on everything. So if you want to get whatever you want to get back to your father, whatever, you're good. I'm going to try to figure some of this out.
I don't know where to go. They seemed like they were after Sara, and they're also after the Nightmare. We need to find Renshaw.
That's part of this too. And I think as we're kind of coming up on this, without Lena, without the Night Watch and everything, I think I say they might be in here. If Silas was out, I'm gonna go in and see if I can stop at least some of this, get Renshaw, or at least find him, maybe find Jessa, and get out. If you don't have anywhere to go, you can help if you want, or I point to one of the lifts in the market and say, or you can head down. It's not safe, but people won't be looking for you down there.
What'd she do? Seems like you already made up your mind a little bit.
I think Sarah just goes, and just keeps following. A little bit. She's never left.
Yeah, sounds good.
That's got a different kind of nerves.
Yeah. Marv pipes up too, and he's like, "Don't worry, kid. We'll keep an eye out for you. Stay close. Listen to what Mel's got to say." And here we go.
Yep.
I think with that, Mel would turn back around and start heading in the general direction and say, so which building was it again?
Okay, and with that, we're going to end the episode as you guys are directed towards the Hangman's Noose. We're going to say that, Sarah, you are able to direct Mel, and we'll end the episode with you guys standing in front of this nondescript maintenance door, Nightmare opening it up, showing the logo on the inside, and we'll continue with the chaos next week in terms of what that will happen, getting into the Hangman's Noose, dealing with everything. Anyway, hopefully guys enjoyed.
There's magical armor guys after
There's
me.
magical armor people.
I'm scared.
The city is in chaos. Mirelight needs a hero.
Need a hero.
All right, thank you all for listening. Hope to see you next week. And yeah.
We'll
Thanks
be
again.
back.
We'll be back. What are you chuckling at? On
Adventurous.